Hello everyone.
What is your name?
My name is Svetlana, but my friends call me Sveta for short.
Where you learned English?
Well, I speak English quite well because it's my job. I'm a teacher of English and I work at the agency where people come to study English. I prefer to teach adults, but I have some groups of teenagers. I began studying English when I think I was about 10 years old, and it was at school. Then I continued studying English at the Faculty of Foreign Languages at our local Teachers Language Institute.
Well, and now I want to ask you some questions from John List. What qualities do you find attractive in a man?
Well, it's not a very easy question to answer because it depends on the person, and you can't find a person with all the qualities you prefer. But anyway, I believe that honest and faithful relationship depend on the people, and I quite appreciate these qualities in a man. For me, it is very important that a man has a strong will, he is ambitious, and he knows what he wants, and he achieves his goals.
And Sveta, what do you know and what do you think about South Africa?
Well, I know that there is such a place in the world which is called South Africa, and I know that many people from different countries live there. But actually, I'm not very, not very interested in this part of the world. That is why I know a little about that, about this country.
With South African and Russian cultures being so different, do you think you could live in South Africa?
Well, I know that these cultures are different, and it is quite difficult to get used to living in a different country. But I don't know what sort of differences these are, and I believe that I'm quite a flexible person to get used to different culture.
And if you had to leave Russia to be with John, how would you cope not being close to your family and friends?
Well, I think that nowadays it is not a big problem to communicate with your nearest and dearest with the help of internet or telephone, or just come to visit to your friends and family. That is why it is very important to live with the person you love and you respect, with your partner. But friends and family, they will understand you if you are happy.
If you had a choice, what other career path would you choose?
Well, if speaking about my career, I thought about it, and I don't know. Possibly, I could work with some people who help other people to to form their image. Maybe as a shop assistant, but not selling in the shop, but maybe helping people to choose things for their needs. But I like working as a guide. Sometimes in summer or in winter when people come to visit our town, I work as a guide, as a tourist guide, and I like this job very much. I work as an interpreter, as a freelancer, and this job is also very preferable for me because I don't like working from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 p.m. Every day, non-stop.
And what is the name of your daughter?
Well, I have got a daughter. She is 10 years old. Her name is Yana.
Does she speak any English?
Yes, she speaks English and she speaks a little French.
Do you think your daughter would accept moving to another country away from her father?
Well, for my daughter and for me it will be of course a very difficult decision, but I would never leave my daughter anywhere and she would follow me by all means. So if it is my decision, if I'm sure that it's a good way to change my life, and if the man I'm going to live with is reliable 100% or even 1000%, and if he's responsible for me and my daughter, then she will accept it.
And what is your current relationship like with your ex-husband?
Well, I can say that my daughter communicates with her father, and I don't prevent her from doing that, but I can't say that we have any relationship with my ex-husband.
What qualities do you really dislike in a man?
Well, I dislike, I dislike being a liar, and I don't like silly men, and I don't understand greedy men, and I don't understand selfish men. The men are always selfish.
Do you think you have a good sense of humor?
I have never heard anybody saying that I don't have a sense of humor.
Do you prefer being around friends or being at home with your family?
Well, I think that I'm quite a friendly person, and I like spending time with friends, but I would preferably choose being with my family if there is a choice. But it would be nice to have friends at home and to spend time with friends and family.
What are some of your favorite movies of all time?
I'm a great movie lover, and I like going to the cinema and to watch new movies as often as possible. But speaking about my favorite movies, I think you don't know Russian culture at all. Then uh, I would mention movies, American movies. Well, I think it will be Gone with the Wind, and I like Harry Potter, and I admire The Lord of Kings, The Lord of Rings. I like it very much. All the films of this series.
How do you describe the perfect man for you to love?
Well, that is the second time you ask me, or even the third time you ask me about qualities I like and I dislike. And actually I can understand that the qualities I like, they form a perfect man for me. Well, a perfect man for me is a strong-willed, ambitious man, quite clever, generous, and 100% reliable, 100% responsible, well, if possible, honest, if possible, strong, and selfish, but sometimes a little bit romantic.
You don't have to answer this if you feel uncomfortable. Why did your previous marriage end up in divorce?
Well, the only thing I can answer, I can tell, is that it was not my decision.
And are you prepared to fly to South Africa to meet me, John, face to face sometime in future?
Well, it's difficult to talk about this just now because I have never heard you, I have never seen you, and that is the first time I was asked to come to the agency and to video to answer some questions on a video for the person I have never heard about it before. Well, but I think that if you if you pay all the expenses and if you really invite me to come, then I would possibly come because I like traveling, and for me it would be a nice, very nice time to come to South Africa and to learn more about this unknown place.
Please, Sveta, tell us, what do you like doing about the house?
Well, I like doing everything about the house, and it's not a problem for me to do washing up or ironing or cooking.
What do you like to cook?
Well, it depends on the preferences of my nearest and dearest. I like cooking things my daughter loves, and I like cooking things I like, and actually I'm quite a good cook.
Is Jana helping you to cook?
No, she doesn't like helping me to do anything about the house.
I know that you traveled abroad much. Can you tell us about your traveling?
Well, traveling is my hobby, and I like traveling, and if I had a chance to do it You know, all around the year I would do it. I went to different countries. I went to Greece and I went to the Cyprus. I went to Israel because my relatives live there. I went to different places.
What country did you like best of all?
Well, I like Czech Republic very much. It was like a fairy tale there, and I admired Greece because it's a place of all the ancient where all the ancient dreams come through. It was very interesting to visit all those places I read um, in my childhood.
You like to be close to the sea, to swim?
Well, I like when it is warm. I can't say that I'm a wonderful swimmer, but I like sitting in front of the sea and watching water.
If you had choice, what country would you visit if you had much money?
Well, I think that all the countries in Europe around the Mediterranean Sea are very interesting, and I would definitely go to Italy and spend much time there. I also think Spain is very interesting, and I think my dream is to go by boat around the Mediterranean Sea, so to go on cruise. It would be interesting.
Can you say, do you have some pets at home? Do you like animals?
I like animals, but I don't have pets at home. I used to have a dog when I was a child, but nowadays I don't think I can afford it because I like traveling and there is nobody to to take care for the pet when I'm abroad.
Will you travel somewhere this summer?
I don't know yet because I have some plans for my daughter to travel, and that is why I don't know if it would be possible for me to go traveling.
Well, and is music your favorite?
Well, I would say that dances are my preferences. I
Dances?
like dancing, and I like music which suits my mood. That's it.
Can you tell more about dances? What dances do you like to dance?
I like all the dances, and I used to go to the ball dancing studio for many years, and now I like dancing flamenco. I think it's a very interesting dance, and I learned to dance it, and I had a nice chance to take part in the concert, but unfortunately or luckily my daughter had her party the same day, and that is why I didn't take part in this show.
So you like to dance Latin dances?
Latin dances as well.
And belly dances too?
Belly dances, well, no, possibly waltz or tango, but not belly dancing. European dancing and Latin American dancing.
And how many years do you dance?
Well, I don't want to talk about age because it's a secret.
Since you are a very small girl.
I have been doing dancing since I was a very small girl.
What foreign languages do you like? I know.
Do you mean what foreign languages I can speak?
Yes, you can say.
Well, I can speak English, I know German. I studied German at the Teachers Training Institute as my second foreign language, but I don't have enough practice to speak German. And I tried to learn Italian, but then I stopped it and gave it up.
Do you like to read English books?
I like to read all the books. I like reading very much, and it's my hobby.
And you like to read English books of English
And
authors?
English books as well. Okay, John, thank you for your questions. I think I have answered all of them. And if you have some more, please contact Alina Agency. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.